This one unit was giving us with older Sonos systems when there are. Hey, how's it going? We're here from Air Theater Designs, and we wanted to answer an important question if you were thinking about getting new speakers, and it's why should you buy the Martin Logan speaker brand? Well, we got long story and a short story. Short story is they sound really, really good. They sound good. Guys like us, they sound good. Now that's a very short story. And I don't know, that assessment probably doesn't provide you with too much information, right? And we're kind of facts and figures guys, so we like a little bit more detail as to why you have that assessment. So let's talk about the long story a little bit. We'll kind of hit on, what we think are good versus bad speakers. We'll talk about the value, what we think is value in speakers. We'll talk about kind of the lineup of speakers and things that are out there, and then just kind of the support. So first, let's talk about, potentially bad speakers. So there was a brand, that's fine. There was a brand about 25 years ago called Mirage. Mirage made very good speakers. They talked about their omnipolar technology. So you had kind of a thin speaker, speakers on both sides, gave you a whole sphere of sound, and Definitive Technologies kind of doing the same thing. They then got the idea, all right, hey, let's change our technology. So they did this little UFO. I've never seen a UFO, but what I think a UFO looks like, UFO on top of the speaker, tweeter shot up in this cap, sent sound in a 360-degree pattern. They sounded really bad. All guys like me looked at the redesign and go, these things are horrible. Very tinny. There was a big gap between what you heard out of the tweeter and the mid-range, and they went away a little while later. That was a bad design. Guys like me, when we listen to this stuff, we think they sound good, and we'll kind of get into that in a second. So value. So of course, when you buy something, you want to get the value, from that product. You spend X dollars, you want X value typically. So there was a brand about 30 years ago called Video Acoustics. Circuit City loved them. Why did they love them? Because they were about 85 points of margin. Gross margin, 85%. Now, nothing in this industry is anywhere near that. No speakers, electronics, whatever. Circuit City, they're still around. I should go to jail for usury, something, for selling video acoustics, because they were at 85 points. And frankly, if you were buying video acoustics, you were probably not getting the value that you did at other brands. Other brands would just sound way better, same price point. We think that what you find out of their electrostatic speakers, their motion speakers, subwoofers and that, we think that they sound very good and very comparable to what you'll see with other high-end speakers in that price point. So we're big on value. Other thing that we think, another reason we like Martin Logan, is in their lineup. There are some brands out there that guys like us, we know, all right, that brand sells a really good subwoofer, and they sell a really good left, center, right speakers that go on the wall. But there are other 20 products, not so much. The stuff that we see with Martin Logan, like if you want, for example, very detailed, accurate, fast, ethereal sound, amazing imaging, dollar for dollar, you probably can't beat their electrostatic towers. And this is kind of their claim to fame when they came out in the early 80s, and they got all kinds of them. They got them to go up to 120 grand a pair. They got smaller guys like these. Now, these have some limitations. You kind of have to be in that center seating area for them to do their thing. So if you're not in the center seating area, where again, we think dollar for dollar, they sound better than other speakers out there for those particular elements I just mentioned. Let's say you got seats way over there, right? Let's say you're 7 feet tall and standing up. Let's say you're lying on the floor. These don't do as well because of their limited dispersion. So some of their other designs, like these guys, these are the Motion XT bookshelves. We're gonna put up a link up here. We did a video review on these a while ago. We love these things. They got some towers that are called the F100s. We did a review on those. If you've got other seating areas, 7-foot guy lying on the floor or whatever, these are incredibly live. They're punchy, they're in your face. Great imaging. We were listening to that song, Take 5. Na, 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 na. One of our guys started laughing when the saxophone kicked in because it was like, there's a saxophone right in the room. That's cool. That is good stuff. Looking at their outdoor speakers. They have their on-wall box speakers. They were our best outdoor speaker for under $1,000 for a number of years. Actually, a new speaker line came in, took that spot, but we're still number 2, right? Number 2 is great. Get a silver medal. It's great accolades. The world salutes you. So we still like them a lot. They're outdoor landscape speakers. Kind of looks like a cone. Let's see a picture of it here. Those things we think are one of the best one that we sell at the price point. They're incredibly detailed. They're very accurate. They just sound good when they make, with your separate subwoofer. Every time we go to a job that's got in-ceiling speakers or in-wall speakers we put in previously, like for a whole home audio setup, we're always just blown away. Walk into the house, maybe we haven't been there in 6 months, a year, 5 years, and it's like, wow, this stuff just sounds great. So we're big on that. So I think when it comes to that whole lineup, everything you see in Martin Logan's line, it's just good stuff. The other thing is support. So we like it when we can talk to people at a particular company, in this case Martin Logan, and we can give them insights, they can pass information along, they can help us out. It just makes for a better experience in R&D and the final product, right? So we had a while ago, they came out with new subs. They had what they call their Abyss line. That's brand new. They've got their new Dynamo series. Dynamo has been their nomenclature for their subs for 2 decades now or something, but they've got new ones. So I reached out to their regional, smart dude named Corey Meredith. Said, hey, what's the difference between the Abyss 8 and the Dynamo 10? They're around the same price point. What's going on here? And he sent me over a ton of information that you wouldn't find anywhere. And they were things that really go into detail, like passive radiator tuning and the benefit it had of 40 hertz or below optimization. He's talking about, well, you got your additional headroom in your 50 hertz to 60 hertz band. That's where the Dynamo is going to be optimal. It's going to give you more mid-range punch. But for your lower bass, the DSP and the passive radiators are tuned. It's going to be better with the Abyss. Just talking about like the drawbacks of port chuffing with various ported designs that are out there. Talking about the double thick baffles. I don't know if you can see it, but we got a Dynamo over there. None of that stuff's in a manual. None of that stuff's on a spec sheet. But this dude and Martin Logan in general, they really know their stuff. And that just helps when everyone around you really knows their stuff. Typically whatever product those people are making turns into a better product, right? So they're smart guys, they know their stuff. These are a lot of the reasons. Now you've heard kind of the long story of why guys like us, when we talk about Martin Logan, we're like, this stuff sounds really good. We think it'll be right for you as well. So hopefully this is helpful. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.